presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
Welcome to Duck Insider.
Man, it feels great to be a Duck.
Give it to me, baby. My house. I'm taking it there.
Their competitors, they'll want to put the O on.
Three, got it!
We're going to compete to a standard every day.
The Oregon standard.
Rebound. Tap it in. 1 point more to go.
The opportunity to play, put Oregon on your chest, should mean a great deal to you.
Unloads on one into left field, back toward the wall. Gone!
This program is staged to compete and to win championships.
Oregon wins!
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Better banking, local solutions. Live from the Country Financial Studio, let's talk Oregon athletics.
3 wide in the studio. Joey Mac, Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen. Jorgie missed the memo today.
I did.
Well, you know, it's Toys for Tots night, and it's also Ugly Sweater night at women's basketball. 6 o'clock tonight, also on the Oregon live stream, 5:30 pregame with Terry Johns and Bev Smith.
I had one with a cow on it, and the nose lights up, and everything else goes with it. I had.
Was it a cow or a
It
bull?
wouldn't have been an Oregon Duck one, but what's that?
Was it a cow or a bull?
I'm pretty sure it was a milking cow.
Okay.
Wow.
The head looked like one.
Okay. All right.
It's not even Friday. Well, we had a lot to cover today. Our picks are always brought to you by our friends at Sylvan Ridge Winery. And, yes, we're going to make some picks. We also have some congratulations to give to Mike Jorgensen. And Duck fans, take flight financially at OCCU. Learn more at myoccu.org/remarkable. It's our Holiday Bowl preview. OCCU presenting our Holiday Bowl broadcast coming up. Of course, a 3 o'clock pregame show, a 5 o'clock kickoff on the 28th. We'll be traveling down just after the Christmas holiday, fellas, and I'm looking forward to it. In fact, we were just talking – actually, I talked with Rob about this yesterday, and we were just talking about how you're looking at some numbers, going over some things for North Carolina, and I got to be honest, you guys – I have not done near as much broadcast prep for a bowl game as I normally do because I don't really know for sure if I do a bunch of prep if all those guys will actually play in the game.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Already discovered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, already discovered.
You've already gone in and found a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Cross that guy off. Yeah.
Bunch of guys and some key guys, too.
Yeah, so anyway, we're about to make some picks, and I got to be honest, I don't know how odds makers do this.
How do you do it? Yeah.
Right now.
Or why even do you do it this early?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Vegas always wins, and I just feel like this is a situation where maybe Vegas won't win. I don't know.
It may be one of those years when they're gambling with their picks because they don't really know. Although I think most guys who are going to enter the portal probably have already entered by now, so maybe they're gambling that the rosters are set and they know which guys are how important are not going to be there. They're gambling this year too.
I don't know. Also, just a reminder, everybody, that Jerry wears this sweatshirt like sweatshirt.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well,
I
a
like
sweater is knitted usually.
So
that's
like
yours.
a sweater.
Yeah,
that's
it used
a
to be more sweater.
It's also
material.
sweaters. I think just have to be slightly more uncomfortable and potentially scratchy.
Oh no! I'm a sweater guy. I like sweaters.
They're a
Yeah,
little
I do too,
scratchy.
but I'm always, for the most part, there better be an undershirt under it.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
has to be.
Yeah,
has to be.
scratchy.
It's almost like sleeping under a wool blanket.
Right,
I mean, it's a little
right.
bit itchy.
You're right.
Yeah, we've gone sweater insider here.
Clothing.
But it is truly one of the greatest sweaters I've ever seen. It says Duck the Halls.
That's a sweatshirt.
That's
a sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck
Okay,
the
it's one of the
Halls.
best sweatshirts
Yeah,
I've
really.
ever seen. I mean, it's just.
Especially
So
without
good.
Jory's face. That would be a Scott.
I did not say
Is
that.
it? No,
that was
Scott
that was
Phillips.
Scott Phillips.
Scott
that,
Phillips, who used to work here, but after today will no longer work here.
after today, no longer with us. Well, let's preview this game, though, guys. I think that this is a fun matchup. I got to be honest, it shouldn't have surprised me, but it did a little bit. First time the two teams have ever met on the gridiron.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
I thought that was odd, but I guess there aren't a ton of crossovers with the ACC and the Pac-12, and this is one of them in the Holiday Bowl. I'm excited for this bowl matchup. I think it's fun, Jerry.
I love the Holiday Bowl. We've had some fun Holiday Bowls. I think Oregon played Mac Brown in a holiday. Wasn't it a holiday bowl?
No, Alamo Bowl.
Alamo Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even though the teams haven't played each other, there's some coaching, connections there.
Yeah. No, I mean, the first thing I thought of, to be honest with you, was the Final Four basketball. I mean, I was like, North Carolina, Oregon, Final Four basketball.
Yeah, look.
Oh, that's right. We haven't played them in football yet, have we? So
that's interesting. Yeah, and it's a fun matchup, particularly at the quarterback position. I mean, some guys, Jorgie, that have put up some great numbers all year long.
Yeah, I mean, two quarterbacks, when you think about the comparison between Bo Nix and May, I mean, both of them, huge numbers. May over 4,000 yards passing. He's the leading rusher on the team. They both have accounted for about the exact same amount of touchdowns, 42 and 41. Very mobile, very athletic quarterbacks and that type of deal. Thus, lots of points, lots of yards, and that's what's happened with both teams.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun to see. And you were talking about sacks before we got on the air.
Yeah.
I can't figure that out either.
I just thought I was looking at an anomaly from a standpoint of stats and that type of deal, because you would think a guy like Drake May, who throws for 4,000 yards and is leading rusher on the team, wouldn't have a lot of negative plays, and yet North Carolina's given up 38 sacks. Now think about that. Oregon's given up 3 with a mobile quarterback. North Carolina 38, and 82 tackles for loss against them.
Incredible.
I mean, it's just, and yet they still pile up yards and pile up points.
So explosive plays, and you got to limit those, and then I think the defense can get after the quarterback. Maybe.
Yeah, they lost some guys defensively. North Carolina did, and they lost, I think, their leading receiver also.
Touchdowns.
Yeah. So they're going to be a different team. Oregon's going to be a little different too. And I was thinking about this earlier today when I came in. This is an opportunity. Bowl games are opportunities for guys who maybe haven't played critical roles during the year to all of a sudden be in a position of being a critical player. You're going to start. You're not going to be a backup. You're not going to be a third guy in. You're going to be a guy that has to play right away. There's going to be some of those because of that portal, not only for Oregon, but North Carolina.
Isn't that amazing that that's sort of what bowl season has become? Those practices are so valuable, and you do have the opportunity to see guys grow and see maybe that depth chart get, I don't know, a little deeper in bowl season.
That's why you want the bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, you get those additional practices. It's like a whole new spring practice, but you get it in the middle of the winter, and you get a chance to develop some of the young guys, and then, those that do hang around. I hate to say it that way, but those of them that stay continue to grow too as a complete group. But yeah, the development piece of it is huge, and those extra practices, you just can't count how valuable they are. That's why it's so important for teams even just to get to 6 wins and become bowl eligible is those extra practices.
We're going to make some bowl picks coming up. Also, we'll talk a little bit about some postseason awards for the Ducks, and then tomorrow, Oregon football will be meeting with the media following practice. So on tomorrow's show, we'll have Dan Lanning coming right off the practice field, actually, on our last Duck Insider of 2022. We always take that week around Christmas off because we never know what's going to happen with bowl season and get a little holiday time while some basketball is finishing up. And speaking of basketball, the women tonight, men last night, it got a little more interesting than everybody wanted it to. Ducks led by as many as 17. Suddenly it was a 3-point game down the stretch, and the broadcaster got a little tight. It was the coach, I think, got a little grayer also. We'll talk about that. Also, this is great coming from Mike, comment on YouTube, and I want you to know, Mike, that Brandon Reichelt from the Quack Video team was thinking the exact same thing. He says, "Hey Joey, if it's ugly sweater day, shouldn't you be wearing something purple with maybe a husky on it?"
Oh, that's a good point.
So Brandon Reichelt is planning on wearing an Oregon State sweater to the basketball game tonight.
No.
See, I couldn't wear purple and I couldn't wear orange, and no, I couldn't do that. Call it ugly if you want, but not on me.
But the joke is well
well taken.
Yeah, well done.
Good.
Well done. Also, I wanted to point this out that Tobiah mentioned the Pac-12 Network Spotlight feature on Jerry Allen was a nice surprise while watching games this past week. No bigger heart out there.
This week?
They've been using it during halftime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Nice deal.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
really well done. Really well done. What else on your guys' minds heading into this? I feel like for the Holiday Bowl, one, I guess we should show these to Jorgie, shouldn't we, Jerry?
Oh, yeah.
So, Jorg,
I was going to bring in the
check
Rose Bowl
those out.
too.
Oh,
gosh, there you go.
yeah, check those out, Jorgie.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Holiday
Some
champion,
memories.
Holiday Bowl champion, yeah.
How about that?
We've had some great Holiday Bowls. Forgetful one.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, the Oklahoma one you don't want to remember, but the Oklahoma State one, man, oh man. I mean, I still to this day, once or twice a year, go back and replay the T.J. Ward hit on Zach Robinson.
Isn't that one of the best you ever see?
Oh, my gosh. Just to listen to Craig James go, ho, 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 like Santa Claus does. It was like, ho, 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 ho. I couldn't believe it. And it was that hard of a hit. And the sound, too. The sound just was, man.
It's that was an NFL hit.
Yeah.
And he was obviously
But he
an
got up.
NFL player.
He got up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're most shocked.
Kind of did like a half circle back to the huddle, but that's okay.
Yeah. These plaques, though, they were up in the Walk of Fame over just outside the Casanova, or just outside the studio here in the Casanova Center. And I thought, this is kind of fun, showing the old Holiday Bowl plaques again. So there's actually multiple ones of these, if you can believe it.
Well, there's one for every bowl season.
But no, I mean, I didn't know there were multiple of this plaque. Like they're in different areas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's one. There's some up in Autzen, and then these ones were down here in the Cas, and so I grabbed them. Also, Jorgie, have you seen? Okay, so this is what the Oregon football trading cards used to look like. Have you seen these in a long time?
Yeah, not in a while.
From '96.
Remember those?
Oh yeah, I do remember those from back in this time. I haven't seen them for a long time.
So check out. You haven't seen these yet. Check out the new ones, Jerry.
Oh, look at that.
They're coming this weekend is the plan. I can say that now. They're coming hopefully Friday and Saturday at local Jacksons. This is the mock-up, Jerry, of
look at that.
The Bo Nix signature trading card that's coming out to local Jackson stores here soon. More details to come.
Can we show it?
Yeah, you can show
it. Okay, I don't. Take a look at that. That is hard plastic cover.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
This is the real deal.
So this is a new NIL endeavor for Oregon football, and they're going to be available for purchase at your local Jacksons. There's a new pack of cards coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the real deal.
So fans, if you're looking for a late stocking stuffer for a Duck fan, I actually know what I'm giving Jerry.
Great.
I'm actually giving a pack to Jerry and Jorgie. So Merry Christmas, guys.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Looking forward to it.
And then a shout out to Tobiah. He actually had this old sheet that was a complete sheet of the cards during the '96 season, and he sent them into the studio. Pretty cool.
I've got one of those, but it's autographed. I actually got everybody to autograph it.
But look at the difference there.
That was special in
times
its time.
Come. Well, that's what I'm saying. Just times change, but also trading cards are still just a cool deal.
We're showing pictures.
Love the jerseys.
Yeah. The uniform.
Here's a bowl game shot. I don't know if you can zoom in. Okay.
This is great.
This one is from 1995, I believe.
Cotton
Bowl, Dallas, Texas. The guy with the red hair there is not a leprechaun. That is John Lundquist.
We love you, John.
Oh, he's
Look
the best.
at that.
Jorgie. Oh, my gosh.
Dave Hickey, athletic director at Arizona now. Mike Barrett.
What
Blazers
year was this?
95.
This is 95.
95
Bowl. The 94 season.
Yeah.
No.
Might have been a 96 Bowl on New Year's
96
Day.
Bowl,
95 season.
Yeah.
So I was almost 3.
So you don't remember this?
No.
Okay.
But that's a great picture. I'm glad that you brought that in. For those of you on the radio audience, just know that the trading cards are awesome. They're going to be available at your local Jacksons. The old trading cards are great. I'm going to put them up in a frame, actually. My hope is to have like the ones from '96 in a frame, and then the set from this year, the 2022 set this year. They're coming to your local Jackson soon, and I think it's pretty cool, guys. To me, like, this is a great NIL deal. Like, this to me is what the modern example of like what NIL can do for a student athlete. Just how cool is that?
Are they all autographed too? Are they all?
So there's going to be a select few players that are autographed, and then most of the team is featured in the set. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool with the way that it worked out.
Outstanding.
I think it's an awesome endeavor. So they're coming soon to your local Jackson stores here. I believe they're going to be as early as tomorrow, but mostly Saturday.
Can't wait to get some.
Yeah, they're going to be available. All right, we're going to get a timeout. It is our Holiday Bowl preview. Duck fans take flight financially at OCCU. Learn more at myoccu.org/remarkable, our title sponsor for the Holiday Bowl, and our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're real ready. Because he already won the big prize.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I am not ready. You know what I just realized? I've never looked at the back of my sweater. There's reindeer on the back.
Is there really?
Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
We're back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Your daily dose of Oregon athletics. This is Duck Insider from Learfield.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Chris Jakimick, I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA. It is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
We're back inside the Country Financial Studio. It's Duck Insider presented by On Point Community Credit Union. So we were just discussing, like, Scott made the joke we should have had, like, the broadcast crew in the trading card pack. And I said, no, I think we should do bobbleheads. Like, we've got all the old bobbleheads on the desk, and they're great, like Uncle Phil's bobblehead. And then Scott said, I don't know, somebody said that they'd have to be talking bobbleheads. So Jorgies would obviously be, you have to run the ball, or never pick them again.
Never pick them again.
Those would be your phrases. That type of deal, that could be the Jorgie bobblehead phrase. Yours would be the pick call, I guess.
Pick.
I mean, that's an obvious one.
And
touchdown Oregon, maybe.
And
touchdown
hey, we got to reconnoiter.
There we go. Reconnoiter. Throw that word in there. That's right.
I'll never forget the look on your face when I said that. You looked at me like I'd said a dirty word.
It wasn't a word at the time.
Slobber knocker.
Then I realized it was.
You could have a slobber knocker.
Oh, my gosh.
So, like, maybe there's a way that we get bobbleheads that, like, you press it one time, it does one. You press it a second time, it does
2 or 3.
Yeah. I think, like, touchdown Ducks has to be in there for you, right?
Well, Kenny Wade's going to score.
Yeah,
you got to do that
there
one.
You go.
You got some basketball slams and a couple of baseball home runs that sounded like moonshots that you'd have to be in there.
Yeah.
How do you pick them, though? Because there's so many great ones.
Well, I don't know. What are my crutch phrases? I ask these guys. They listen to me every day. What else do I say a lot? What else do I say all the time? Score and where the ball is. I guess that's a good play-by-play. This is great.
Baseball. It's out of here.
Yeah. Tobias says that my bobblehead would be "It Takes a Village." I do say it takes a village a lot.
That's good.
There's also some phrases that I use that we could not, in good conscience, put in a bobblehead that would be available for family consumption. So that pretty much sums me up in a nutshell off the air, everybody. So thank you for that. All right, let's make some picks, and we have some congratulations. All right. Jorgie with a record-setting performance. Yeah.
I've been waiting to do Do that for how long?
Okay.
Oh, yes.
A record-setting performance.
That feels good.
From Mike Jorgensen. So we date things back to 2014. I don't know. Who was winning picks before I started keeping track on a spreadsheet? Did you guys really keep track at all?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Joe Giansante was in on our picks. Georgie and I, we'd have some other people step in, but those three probably.
But who was winning all the time? You know,
the guy that was keeping the record.
Yeah.
So you won.
They weren't nearly as official or accurate, so they would get manipulated each week.
They were done in pencil.
Yeah.
They were done in
like my
pencil.
golf scorecard. Yeah, that's right.
I love that. So you took some mulligans on Mondays?
It was mostly Jerry. It just always seemed like it was him.
I was lucky then.
3 out of 5, 4 out of 6 times, type of deal.
Well, so the math. I know you like the statistics, so I prepared a statistics package for you.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I do.
Okay, so in 2014, Jerry was the winner, and he picked 76% of the games correctly.
That's really good. That's
really good.
Unbelievable.
76%, and you won by 3 games that year.
Wow.
That was one of the more distant victories, actually, that we've had. Because
but you know, the reason I won by 3 games is because you gambled at the end.
Well,
yeah.
On that, actually, kind of. On that week, I did, at the end, I took some chances, but you convincingly won.
Okay.
That year.
All right.
2015, I won, but it was by the skin of my teeth. I picked 61 games correct, and I beat Jerry by a game. And it was odd. You and I picked the same team in the Pac-12 championship game, so you didn't. I don't know why you did that. I don't know.
It must have been like what year was that? 20 what?
This was 2015. It was the Stanford USC Pac-12 championship game, and so I wonder if if I deferred and then took.
Maybe, well, we didn't have all our new funky rules.
Yeah,
that we had
so
to
I don't
vote
know.
on by then.
So you and I both ended up picking Stanford, and so the championship game didn't determine it. I don't know why.
Do that.
But in week 13, I got one wrong that you got right, and you got 2 wrong that I got right. If that makes sense. Georgie was way far behind. In 2016. I won again in 2016, and this was, at the time, the best pick year that we've ever had. And I only beat Jerry by a game, and that year you did pick against me in the Pac-12 championship game, and that was the determining game in pick'em.
Wow. So you were tied going into it.
We were tied going into it. Wow. That year I picked 81% of the games correct and got 64.
Good.
I got 64 out of 77 games correct.
That's unbelievable.
Really good.
Yeah, really good.
A year I was proud of, and Georgie picked 76% of the games correct and finished in last place.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm sorry. That year.
It was a good year for all of us.
In 2017, we were all neck and neck. Jerry ended up beating both you and I, Georgie, by a game.
Ooh.
And he picked that 75%.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And unfortunately for me and Georgie, again, the Pac-12 championship game decided the pick'em champ. You and I picked Stanford, Jerry picked USC, and Jerry won by a game. So I have a point here with this statistic analysis that we're getting to. Now, in 2018, Jerry, I don't know what happened. You picked 59% correct, which is one of the worst we've ever had.
And still won?
And did not win.
Oh, did not. Okay.
No.
Did I beat the coin?
You barely. No, so truthfully. Now, that was a year, I will say, where the coin, like, Terry picked for the coin once. John Strong picked for the coin once. We had some guest pickers that year. The coin picked 58% correct. Jerry picked 59% correct.
You probably took a whole bunch of chances on the last week.
Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
You did, and you went 2-4 in week 13.
Yeah.
But so yet again, I finished second by a game.
So that was my last win was 2019?
2018.
2018. Okay.
2018. In 2019, I finally got back on top, and it was one of the worst years we've ever had for a champion. I picked 65% of the games correct, and I beat you guys each by 4 and 5 games.
Jeez.
So
we were really bad.
We all stunk in 2019, and I mean bad. I picked 51 games correct out of 79 games that we picked that year, and 65%. So there was the reason I bring this up. There was a year where Georgie picked 76% correct and finished a distant third, and then there was a year where I picked 65% correct and dominantly won. Really, really weird how it works out. Okay, that year, though, Jerry and the coin finished tied. In 2019, Jerry and the coin finished tied.
There had to be
59%.
some coin pickers that year, though.
There were some guest pickers. Chrissy Gilbertson returned and was a guest picker.
Yes.
Kelly Graves was a guest picker.
George Washington.
Kelly was really good.
Jeff Schwartz, Scott Phillips, George Washington. And then Zach Blaine, our old director buddy, he picked. So the coin had some help, is what I'm saying, in these 2 years. So, Jorgie, I don't want you to be too upset that year the coin beat you.
Oh, no. I never thought I lost to the coin.
In 2019, the coin, with help from guest pickers, picked 59% of the games correct. Jorgie picked 58% of the games correct in 2019.
You need to explain the George Washington.
Yeah,
comment,
remind people of the George Washington.
Oh, yeah. I always, whenever I see, he's on the nickel, right? Is it, no, what good coin is he on? Is it nickel?
Quarter.
Quarter, there we go.
Yeah.
I should, why would
Flag
I know
on the
that?
play.
Jeez, I should know my coins and what presents are on them, right? I've just always have thought that George Washington and Kelly Graves look alike.
They do.
Related.
Mean, just, you look at the profile picture and then you put a little hair on there. You look at, and we played with it from a video.
We did. I don't know
We
if you
played
still
with it
have
from a video standpoint, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Nice catch. Good snag on the flag.
So that's George Washington.
So who's on the nickel?
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Okay, I have no idea.
You know, I'll be honest with you. The only reason that I know that George Washington's on the quarter is our backup coin to flip is sitting here on the desk. So anyway, by the way, there's your coin, sir. Okay, in 2020, it was kind of a wild year. I think we can kind of throw this one out in the wash.
Lincoln.
We all picked 58%, and in 2020 we all tied.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah.
That was a short year, though.
It was a short year. We all tied. We picked 58% of the games correct.
Oh, wow. What a lost year.
Yeah, it was awful.
In a lot of ways.
In 2021, Jerry returned to dominance. He won by 4 games.
Ooh.
So the widest margin of victory we've ever had heading into this year was 4 or 5 games, depending on if you include the Pac-12 championship game or not, because it determines some things. I have overall the best percentage picks. I totaled it up, and I'm sorry I didn't write it down, but I'm at like 2% better total, and I have finished in second place more often than anybody.
You're consistent, though.
It sucks.
Yeah. No.
It sucks. If you ain't first, you're last.
That's right. That's right.
You know? Okay, so then that brings us
that.
to 2022. And just a dominant performance. A new record, 65 games picked correctly. 83%. 83%
That's
that Jorgie
ridiculous.
picked right.
How about that?
That's ridiculous.
65 correct picks. And actually,
I went pretty safe this year.
Gosh, now that I'm even thinking about this, you guys all picked USC, didn't you, in the championship game? Somebody picked Utah. Who picked Utah? Yeah, but who cares what Scott picked? Do you guys remember who you picked?
No, I really
I think I picked USC.
I think everybody picked USC.
And said I want Utah.
I want to say I picked Utah, but I'm not.
I think
I'm not
maybe
sure.
you did, Jerry. I honestly will have to go back and look.
I
but
think I did.
That does change the math a little bit. But either way, an 83% rate. That's what you picked at. It's the best we've ever had, and 65 games picked correctly out of 78 picks is the best that anyone's ever performed. You only missed, let me sum it up this way. You only missed 13 games.
Wow.
So how much money did you win in Vegas?
Well, I would have to say I went real conservative this year from a standpoint of favorites. And for the most part, the favorites won throughout the season. There weren't a ton of huge upsets this year in league. There just weren't.
Well, and partially, so Jerry ends up picking at 78%, and you finish second. Wow. So when I was looking at it this morning, 78% would have won every other year.
That's the highest second place percentage.
Yeah.
So.
Well, actually, I take that back. You picked at an 80% rate in 2016 and lost.
Oh.
So that's the highest. That's the highest ever for a second place. But 78%, 61 games picked correctly. But yeah, Jorgie, you missed 13 games all year.
Yes.
Historic performance. Jerry's squinting at my spreadsheet like he doesn't believe it.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how he only missed 13.
Well,
you didn't pick
I
the
picked
Beavers
them again.
very often.
I picked them again. Instead of never picking them again,
you
I
did.
kept picking
Okay.
them again. And
Yeah, it's actually true that once he started picking Oregon State, his season turned around. I don't know what that says about him.
Yeah. Says I'm smart, but
yikes.
People could call me a turncoat. That's okay.
No. So I got 76%. Jordan Brenner, new addition this year, 71%. A valiant first effort to finish in last place. The coin picked 51%.
What would you expect from the coin?
That's right.
That's right.
So in any case, guys, congratulations.
That was amazing.
I really hope that you enjoyed this statistical breakdown, and it's one of
that was pretty deep.
It's one of the best years that we've ever had. This and 2016 are the 2 best years that we've ever had picking games, and they were both pretty tight. But Jorgie ran away with it, Jerry. I mean, he ended up beating us by 4 games.
What would be interesting to know, which we'll never really know, but if you were doing this just on your own, I just want to say, if I just decided I'm going to pick every game this year, not in competition with anybody, would I have picked the same way?
Probably not.
Would you have picked the same way if you weren't competing with us?
Well, because most of the season I was picking first, so I had to pick my way.
He was in first place.
You don't need to brag about it. You already
no,
won.
I just,
you already won.
That changed things the second half of the season. I had to pick, like, okay, who do I really think is going to win versus picking so I don't lose any ground to somebody. And I did a few of those too, but
I would have gambled more.
No, but the last couple of weeks you gambled. You both gambled.
Yeah.
You know?
We had to try to catch you.
Jordan's were just bad picks.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
He will never go to Boulder,
It's so
Colorado.
nice not having him here. To be able to just gouge in there and go after him.
Good first year, Brenner. Good first year. Yeah, so congratulations, Jorg, though. A
Thanks.
Sylvan Ridge Winery case of wine for Mike Jorgensen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kid.
Congrats.
I'll share back.
Thanks.
I'll share back.
Wow.
Thanks, yeah. Sylvan Ridge Winery always sponsoring our picks, representing the very best of the South Willamette Valley. So now we've done this most years. We've done a bonus bowl pick'em with really nothing on the line. Ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Great. Let's get a
fun.
timeout.
It'll be fun.
We're going to come back, make some picks for bowl season on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Toyotathon is on and here to help make the holidays magical.
You made it!
By helping you see friends and family both near and far.
Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 3rd. Participating dealers only. Toyota. Let's go places.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, our all-inclusive event pricing allows us to take care of all of the details while you enjoy your event. Our wedding garden, expansive grounds, ballroom, and meeting rooms can accommodate any size event and come complete with full catering and service staff. From weddings to business and social events, Shadow Hills offers the benefits of a resort atmosphere and the peace of a country setting just minutes from downtown Eugene. For more details, call us today or go to shadowhillsevents.com.
Toyotathon is on and here to help make the holidays magical.
You made it!
By helping you see friends and family both near and far.
Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 3rd. Participating dealers only. Toyota. Let's go places.
You're listening to Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
It's time for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
Back inside the Country Financial Studio, it's Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mac, Jerry Allen, Mike Jorgensen, congratulations. He's the Pick'em champ for this year. But I should point out that at least since I've been around, Jerry and I are still tied for the most Pick'em championships, and that means that Jorgie's probably going to win next year because then we're all neck and neck again.
We're trying to rescue something out of this.
Thanks for your
us.
sympathy. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it, guys.
Yeah, you had to get one.
I know. That's the way I felt too. I hate to say that. It's like I'm due. I'm due.
And I will say. So I remember I said this earlier in the season. There's only been 1 year where somebody who has not been in first or second place after the non-conference portion of the schedule. There's only been 1 year where that person has come back to win. So the first 3 weeks are
pretty important,
really important, because there's just so many more games.
Yeah.
And you were dominant the first 3 weeks of this season. So that's what it takes. All right, our bonus bowl pick'em. The schedule, it gets rolling this weekend, guys. 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. Florida, Oregon State, Vegas Bowl.
Vegas. Yeah.
And Jorgie has to pick first.
Okay. Well, I think with Florida's starting quarterback, first and foremost, with Florida's starting quarterback out, that hurts the Gators big time in a game against an Oregon State team that defensively, as we know, is very good and offensively can run the ball. It's a matter of whether Gulbranson can throw the ball, and they have a pass game to go with it. But I just feel like that takes the heart right out of you when you've lost your starting quarterback. It just, the enthusiasm for a team like Florida, knowing that they don't have that guy, changes the whole dynamics, whereas Oregon State pretty much has everybody coming into the game. They're a lot healthier than they were, everything that goes with it. They're thrilled to be in Las Vegas. I'm taking the Beavs.
Never pick them again.
You can take that audio cut out of the file.
Just take the whole.
You might as well eliminate that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's not true anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately. Jerry?
Oh, it's my pick?
Yep. You got second.
Well,
Congrats.
yeah, that's what we were talking about. I'm going to agree with Jorgie. I think Florida not only loses starting quarterback, but they've lost about 5 guys to the portal who were key starters on both sides of the ball. And I agree with Jorgie, and Oregon State is so happy to be there, and it's a good football team. They're going to roll. They're going to roll.
I think Oregon State's going to win big, too. Because the crowd is going to be, you got to think, a lot of orange and black.
Yeah.
There ain't going to be a lot of that Florida blue there. I think that it's going to be Oregon State. I don't think it's going to really be that close. I think Oregon State wins big. I don't care if Gulbranson can throw the ball. I think they're going to win big.
Yeah.
Coin?
All right. Coin. And I've
You
got
notice that
computer.
I did not get my laptop out today?
Yeah, I have my own computer so that if I drop it,
save it.
It will break it.
Well, you need a new computer anyway.
Why do you think I have my laptop?
Smart man.
Okay,
Smart man.
Take it out.
Oh, look at that. Tails. Visitor. That would. Well, who's visitor?
Technically, it's Florida. So I'm going the second team listed on the
As
score
the home
boards.
team.
That's the home team.
Yes. Okay.
And so, like, for example, next game, Washington State, Fresno State, it's listed Fresno State second. I don't know how that gets determined in bowl games. Do you guys know? Like, I don't know. Is Oregon the road team against North Carolina? It really only matters for jerseys, right? But really, that's not even as important as it used to be with wearing wider team
I don't know
colors.
if they flip a coin or.
I have no idea.
Who was the home team in that conference last time? I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if it alternates or whatever it means. But in any case, that's the road team as we're doing it. And the second game, Washington State, Fresno State, interesting matchup, I think.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a real, especially if Fresno State has Jake Haener healthy and playing.
Yeah.
They went on the road to Boise on the blue turf and took out the Broncos in the conference championship, and it certainly helped and was a key having Jake Haener at that position. And, one of the things that Boise State does do is plays really good defense. And so it was a labor for Fresno State to be able to get through that. They're going to see the same thing with Washington State. But I think one thing that Washington State does that Boise State doesn't do, at least this year, is they play much better offense. And that's where I think it's going to be really difficult on Fresno State in that game. And it may end up being a shootout, but I think Washington State has a good defense, great at times, but a good defense and a very good offense, and I think the Cougars are going to win this one.
Interesting.
All right. Washington State 7-5, going up against a team that has 9 wins, different conference. I think Washington State probably is a 9-win team this year. I really do. They had some games that got away from them, and you could say the Wisconsin game they picked up, nobody thought they would. I just think they're a better football team playing in a better conference. To me, that's the biggest thing. This is conference against conference, and the Pac-12 is better, and I'm going Washington State.
I'm taking Fresno State. I think that something's gotten figured out with Fresno State. They were 1-4 after they lost at Boise State 40-20, and then they have since not lost. Beat Boise State 28-16. They beat Wyoming 30-0 in recent weeks. Nevada 41-14. Ken Wilson's squad. They won at UNLV 37-30. They've played better defense. They have been on a winning streak. I think that they're going to continue the winning streak.
Do you have their schedule in front of you?
I do.
What game did they play USC? Game 2?
That was game 3, and they lost 45-17.
Okay, and that's when Jake Haener got hurt and was out for the next 3 to 4 weeks.
And then they lost at UConn, 19-14, at Boise State, 40-20.
No Jake Haener.
Correct. Squeaked it out against San Jose State, 17-10. Jake Haener, 41-9, 32-28 against San Diego State. Hawaii, 55-13, 37-30 against UNLV, then 41-14, 30-0, and they won at Boise State to win the conference championship, 28-16.
Yeah. Oh, you may have a point. Yeah,
I think it'll be more entertaining because he's in the game.
Agreed. I think that they have figured it out. And I also have so much respect for that coaching staff, particularly with Jeff Tedford. I think Fresno State's going to win the game.
Okay, let's see what the coin says.
I like the matchup, though.
I do too.
Tails, that would be the visitor.
Visitor, Washington State. All right, we're going to get a timeout. We'll come back, continue with our bonus bowl pick'em. It's our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks. Jerry and Jorgie are here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
This is Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
We've got a crack research team here in the studio, and it's definitely not me. Ryan Milano, who is directing the show today, Ryan said the Holiday Bowl just put out a tweet today saying that the Ducks are going to be the road team.
Okay.
There you go. So Oregon, the road team, and really that only matters for Kenny Farr and the equipment squad.
That's right.
To, know which sideline you're on, which locker room, and then which uniforms to wear. We'll see in the coming days. That would be the next game also on the bowl schedule as we continue with our Sylvan Ridge Winery picks on Duck Insider. Oregon and North Carolina, Wednesday, December 28th, a 3 o'clock pregame show for us and a 5 o'clock kickoff on Fox. Thursday, December 29th, 6 p.m. on ESPN, number 20, Texas, 8-4. Number 12, Washington, 10-2 in the Alamo Bowl. Jorgie?
What's Texas's record, 8-4?
8-4.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the records don't mean anything in this one, and neither do the rankings. I mean, Washington obviously played themselves into a pretty good ranking and played really well towards the end of the season and big win here at Autzen Stadium and some others in that type of deal. But I just feel like Texas is that type of team that has the ability and all of the players and all the pieces to beat them, particularly offensively. They may give up some plays defensively. I think everybody's going to against Penix and that wide receiver crew that he has in that type of deal. He's going to chuck the ball all over the place, but so can Ewers. The thing that Texas can do that I think is going to get them a victory in this game is Bijan Robinson. If he runs the ball well, if he's playing, who knows? One day to the next, you never know who's going to play in the game. But if he plays and they run the ball well with him at the tailback position, I think they're going to have their way offensively. I think Washington is going to make some plays, score some points, but just bog down enough that they don't keep up with Texas, playing close to Austin and in their home state. I'm taking the Longhorns in this one. Yeah, I think they're just as good a team.
And it's a home game.
And it's kind of a home game.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, that determines my pick. I think Washington will travel well. They're sort of excited to be in this bowl game.
Are they?
I said sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, qualified that with that. But
they're trying to make it look like they are.
Yeah. I just think this is a home game, and Texas fans are going to go crazy. And I agree with you, Jorgen. I think Texas offers a more balanced attack in many different ways. Washington, pretty one-dimensional. They can throw the ball, but if they have any issues throwing the ball, then they could lose big, not even a close ball game. So I'm going to go with Texas primarily, though, because this is like a big home game for them. They're excited to be there.
Ditto. Texas.
Is there anything personal in this? I mean, do you think Sark is like, I really want to beat these guys? Or if it's like, hey, that's water under the bridge, I got them.
Yeah, different personnel who made those decisions back then.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think Texas, if Bijan Robinson plays, he's gonna run for 200 yards.
They'll keep the ball away from Penix.
That's the thing. I think that it's a ball control thing. In fact, looking at what the odds makers think in this one, they think it's going to be a shootout, over under of 68.5.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't either. But I think that if you're in a shootout and you need to be able to control the clock, I'll take the team that's got the better rushing attack, and that's Texas.
Yeah, but I think if you're in a shootout and you're a team that can throw the ball the way Penix and Washington can, you have the last opportunity with the ball, you win the ball game.
Sure. But Texas doesn't ever let them have the ball again.
Yeah, ball control.
That's what I'm saying.
A coin.
And none of that's going to come true, and this is why you watch this show.
That's right.
First time the hat has come up.
Home team.
Home team?
We just think we know, don't
officially,
we?
the home team is Washington, actually, but
right.
that's just backwards. Pitt and UCLA in the Sun Bowl is the next pick to make. Friday, December 30th, 11 a.m. on CBS. 8-4 Pittsburgh, number 18 UCLA, 9-3 Sun Bowl.
I mean, UCLA's the better team, but do they want to be in El Paso?
I mean, there's good Tex-Mex in El Paso.
Yeah, I mean, not that there's any. Yeah, you're right. But not that there's anything wrong with El Paso. But just saying.
I just remember when you did say. Well, I don't even want to go.
I got to take UCLA. I just have to. I got to stick with the Pac-12 in this one. I think that soon to be Pac-10. But it's, I just think with Pitt, they play really good defense. I just don't think they're good enough offensively, and I think UCLA is. And if they really give a dang that they're in El Paso, I think UCLA wins this one going away.
Yeah.
It's the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Sure.
Okay. That means something. Okay. It's all about cereal. We can call it the Cereal Bowl now. Tony the Tiger Cereal Bowl. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I have no clue who's going to win this game, and I don't care. I'm picking UCLA. Pac-12. I'm back to the Pac.
Man, I was going to say the exact same thing that you just
did.
I was going to be like, guys, it's the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Tigers and Bruins. I don't care. UCLA.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Let's go with it.
That's great. Tex-Mex and good Mexican food in L.A. UCLA will feel right at home. They'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Are they the home or the visiting team?
UCLA is the home team.
And they are picked by the coin.
Okay.
Tails.
Well, there you go. Back to back.
I guess it.
Oh, wait a minute. Tails. That would be the visitor.
That's the road team.
Pitt. Yeah, Pitt.
Boy,
okay.
thank you. Thanks for that.
Wow. Where's the flag?
Yeah. Monday, January. You don't. Oh, God. Monday, January 2nd.
It's really bad when you have to ask for the flag.
That's true. That's true. But he's a giving official.
No,
you know?
that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 16, Tulane, guys. Number 10, USC. Both teams 11-2. 10 a.m. on ESPN in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. One of them really wants to be there.
So I was just going to say, does USC really want to be there? And yet they are so much more talented than Tulane, which is ripe for an upset. But the Heisman Trophy winner, if he is truly a Heisman Trophy winner, he takes charge, he leads his team.
Is he healthy?
USC wins the game. Healthy enough.
USC is a better football team. I mean, they have a quarterback that Tulane's going to struggle to keep with, and they'll be able to run the ball. USC's defense is a little suspect, but I just think USC overall is a better football team.
I'm going Tulane. Mostly just because I can.
You know, something that wouldn't bother me if that happened. I don't know why.
Well, so here's the thing. I was telling
is.
Ryan this, getting rolling. USC is a 1.5-point favorite in Vegas right now.
Which is surprising.
Again, this game it feels like an eternity away from now. Who's going to play in it? Do we know all of the opt-outs? And I don't know yet. And I think Tulane wants to be there. I'm going to take Tulane. I think Vegas knows something. That's literally why I'm taking Tulane.
USC's lost the key linebacker, Roland Goforth.
Yep.
He's declared he's out, and their defense is already not great. So maybe that's not such a bad pick.
I just think Tulane wants to be there. It's a huge game for them. I don't know that USC cares to be there, and
I want to change my pick.
If it's that close of an odds maker line, they know something. I'm going Tulane.
I'm sticking with SC.
I'm too. I'm going to stay with USC.
All right.
And the coin says, I'm not going to hurt you, I promise.
But
Heads.
I sure do like those bowls where you get that non-Power 5 against the Power 5. And
yeah. Makes it fun, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's a close game and sometimes even an upset. It just changes the whole bowl schedule when it happens.
It does. All right, 2 o'clock on ESPN, guys. Number 11, Penn State, 10-2. Number 8, Utah, 10-3. Utah, a slight favorite in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
Yeah, tough game. 2 tough-minded teams, 2 well-coached teams. Go Utes. Just huge fan of what they've done, what they continue to do, what they did in the Pac-12 title game. I think they're in for a dogfight with Penn State, but I'm taking the Utes.
I'm gonna agree. It's a very physical ball game, but I think Utah's physicality will outplay Penn State, and I think Utah's got enough pizzazz in their offense that Penn State may have a little trouble covering Utah. They're a little. They've got the run game, they got the passing game, and their defense is Utah. So I'm gonna go Utah.
I want Utah to win so bad.
Yeah.
It's great for the Pac-12,
Yes.
so I'm picking Utah.
All right.
But I agree with everything you guys said. It's gonna be physical.
That would
field goal game.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think field goal game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tails. That would be the visitor.
And that's Penn State. Good picks, guys. So everybody takes Oregon State. I'm taking Fresno State. Everybody takes Texas, UCLA. I'm taking Tulane. Everyone takes Utah. So Washington State's going to win, and then Tulane's going to win, and we're all going to tie.
Don't you think those Utah fans are just living large right now?
Oh, they must be loving it.
Back-to-back Pac-12 champions.
Yeah,
back-to-back Rose Bowls.
Awesome.
I mean, it just doesn't get any better.
Yeah. Ducks have
enjoyed that.
Oregon beat them,
Yeah.
though.
Oregon, Oregon's been there.
Yeah.
They know what that feels like.
It's a good time. Sylvan Ridge Winery picks, representing the very best of the South Willamette Valley. You each got 20 seconds. Final thoughts, Holiday Bowl. What do you think?
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a great way to end the season, to end the season and begin the next by going in, really getting after it, running the ball.
Yes!
There we go.
And winning the game.
Okay, I think both teams are going to be missing a couple of key pieces, but I think Oregon's pieces are overall better. I'm not going to say who I'm going to pick.
Wow, you
almost did.
You were really in the moment.
That's a mystery.
Really? What a shock.
All right, Jerry and Jorgie. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
See you, boys. Thanks for being here.
Go Ducks.
We're going to break, come back, talk a little hoops, wrap it up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Duck fans. Jackson's is a proud sponsor of Oregon football. And this holiday season, we have the perfect stocking stuffer for the Duck fan in your family. Oregon football trading cards. The cards will feature your favorite Duck football student athletes. So collect them all to complete your set. Be on the lookout for these cards coming soon exclusively to your local Oregon Jackson's food stores. Visit jacksons.com for store locations.
Jackson's. Let's go.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, our all-inclusive event pricing allows us to take care of all of the details while you enjoy your event. Our wedding garden, expansive grounds, ballroom, and meeting rooms can accommodate any size event and come complete with full catering and service staff. From weddings to business and social events, Shadow Hills offers the benefits of a resort atmosphere and the peace of a country setting just minutes from downtown Eugene. For more details, call us today or go to shadowhillsevents.com.
More Duck Insider coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
Back inside the Country Financial Studio, Duck Insider is presented by On Point Community Credit Union, wrapping things up. Eastern Washington is the opponent tonight for Oregon women's basketball. It's the Teddy Bear Toss game, 5:30 pregame show with Terry Johns and Bev Smith. I'll be there because I'm dressed for the part. You'll see the staff even in their holiday festive sweaters. Also, men's basketball, good win last night, but got a little close. A little too close for comfort. Ducks led by as many as 17. Jerry and Jorgie, adios. See ya. See you on the tarmac. Yeah. Men's basketball, though, got out to a 17-point lead, the Ducks did. It was a 3-point game in the final minutes. Got too close, but the Ducks were able to get the win. And then the bad turnovers at the end of the game really hurt Oregon, but it's the first time that the Ducks have turned it over 15 or more times and won this year. Maybe that's a good sign. Got a little bit of guard play back. Dane Altman and Brendan Rigsby, they met with the media after the game. Those are available on the Go Ducks YouTube since we ran a little long with these guys getting to them. It happens. Congratulations as well to Alex Forsyth. We'll talk more about it tomorrow as he'll meet with the media, a finalist for the College Athlete of the Year. Pretty cool. See you tomorrow.
Ready for our little forest adventure?
Yes! So much waiting for me. Yeah, I wanna go outside. I wanna be.
We're here.
Whoa, that was fast.
There's a forest closer than you think. Find a park or forest near you and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by USDA Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You're not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a